Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Prahlad Maharaj instructs his classmates in the school. He says that devotional service must begin in one's tender age, because later on it is very difficult to perform devotional service as one's natural act. Hearing this, one of the classmates asked Prahlad Maharaj, "We are still children. We have long duration of life ahead of us. When we grow up, we will marry, we will enjoy sense gratification. After enjoying and becoming satisfied from enjoyment, we will take to devotional service. Why now?" Hearing this, Prahlad Maharaj said, "You know, from the beginning of creation till today, nobody had become quenched from enjoying sense gratification. Everybody remained dissatisfied from it. Enjoying sense gratification is just like pouring butter in the blazing fire to increase it. Na jatu kama kamanam upabhogena samyati havisa kritra bhuyo eva abhivardhati." As more butter you supply to burning fire, as more the fire will increase, the blaze will increase. Similarly, as more one enjoys sense gratification, as more craving and desire to enjoy increases. It does not subside. It is like scratching the fungus. As more you scratch, as more itching increases. And the fungus disease also it increases. It is a disease. Sense gratification, desire to enjoy them, it is a disease. Hearing this, one of the child said, "Why you are pushing so hard? Let's have little taste of enjoying sense gratification. And then we will do devotional service later on. We have a lot of life left ahead of us. Let's discuss later on about it." Hearing this, Prahlad Maharaj said, "You know, no one knows when he or she will pass away from this world. Whatever life remains, half of it is spent in sleeping. Other half enjoying copulation, earning money and spending, producing children, taking care of them, entertaining friends and relatives, and many other activities are there. So there is hardly any time left for spiritual life. Whenever there is some extra time left, then unexpected activities occur, engagements occur, such as partying and all that. In this way, one cannot perform devotional service and thus dies. After death, goes to hell and faces Yamaraj, the death personified. there may cleverly say, Dina gelo dukhe sukhe ratri gelo nidre, bhajino parilu radha Kṛṣṇa charanāravindare. Oh sir, you gave only 24 hours in a day. At night I spent sleeping and copulating, and the daytime went in happiness and distress, earning money and spending and meeting friends and all that. Where was there any time left for me to do devotional service? You are saying why you did not do devotional service. I gave you human life, you're supposed to do devotional service, but there was no time. I couldn't find it. So Yamraj says, oh, you had no time there, I'll give you time here. So, no cleverness and intelligence works after one's death. Those who think or those who listen to those that devotional life one can do at old age, they are misleading. And those who are convinced that they will do in the old age and now they can enjoy, they are making a biggest mistake of their life. Therefore, chanting and devotional service, studying and discussing about the Lord can only be done when body is energetic and still young. If one begins devotional service in the tender age, later on it turns into a habit. Without doing devotional service, one cannot live peacefully. Just like a person who is addicted to intoxication cannot live without that. Similar situation takes place with devotional service if one begins in tender age. And then when one practices devotional service in due course of time, attraction to material things, sense gratificatory objects becomes reduced. If one is already involved in sense gratification, due to devotional service in habit, it becomes easier to relinquish them. One does not become illusioned or overly attached to material objects, sense objects. Hearing this, one of the students asked Prahlāda Maharaj, can you please narrate how difficult it is to give up sense objects, sense gratificatory objects? To this Prahlāda Maharaj said, Ko griheshu puman saktam atmanam ajitendriyam sneha pase dodher baddham utsaheta vimochitam. Who is that person in this world, after enjoying sense gratification, gives it up? That's why one should execute devotional service from the beginning of one's life. So it comes into habit, so it becomes easy to give up. Opposite genders association and attachment to children, house and wealth. If one is not beginning in the tender age, devotional life, then it's very difficult to give them up. Becomes overly attached to them. He becomes so strongly, strictly, hardly tied to this affection of opposite gender and children, house and family members, that he becomes unable to give them up. It does not matter who says. Such unfortunate situation occurs to a person who is not attached to devotional life, but attached to his wife and children. There might be, Prahlad Maharaj, there might be one person who is very rarely found who can give them up. See, person earns money to maintain his family, risking his own life. For example, a burglar, a thief, he dares to break somebody's house, even though he might be seen by the house owner or the neighbors or the policemen. But he keeps his life on his hand and breaks the house, breaks the lock and goes inside and breaks the locker and takes the valuables and goes. What happens if he is seen and got caught? So he risks his life. For a businessman also risks his life, his or her life, to make money. He goes in the morning and comes back at night. He works very hard and hopes to make money. Neither he can eat properly on time, nor he can sleep enough, nor he can have peace in mind, always in anxiety to make more money. Sometimes he even quarrels and have tensions with his friends and business partners, or has revenge or some problem with his employees and has competition in the market and hopes to make more money. See how he is risking his life to make more money. Farmers, they work very hard in the agricultural field. In the sun and heat and cold, they work very hard. And depend on the rain from the sky to grow the crops and make money. So how hard it is. And then after making money, people save it carefully, hide it from people. Don't even tell Guru. And Guru asks them, tell lies up to Guru. Such unfortunate people are there. At night he meets his spouse. And while copulating, she tells something, he becomes convinced by her sweet talk. She listens to her advice and becomes mesmerized and thinks she is the best friend of him in this world. In the daytime, he listens to broken words of his children. Then he forgets the whole world while talking and enjoying the children. When he entertains his friends and relatives, where is the time for them, for such person to execute devotional service sincerely? He becomes so strongly tied to the family affection. He even cheats God and Guru he will tell all lies to Guru and he will say he has no time to God. Such is the blind well of household life. And householder don't think and convinced opposite, that is not blind well. It's comfortable, everything he has. Such is the illusory energy of the Lord, keeps him tied in the network of attachment and illusion. Finding excuses to Guru is very offensive. In this way, person works day and night, being covered by moha maya, illusory energy of God and material attachment. Prahlāda Maharaj further says, Loha taru mae pase, puman baddho vimuchyate. Putradara mae pase puman baddho namuchyate. If somehow or other a person got caught by police and handcuffed and found guilty in the court, faces imprisonment, imprisoned in the prison, he or she may come out from that prison, become free from handcuffs somehow. But when he is tied by the handcuffs like affection of wife and children, it is not possible to free himself. Difficult, very, very difficult. That's why Prahlāda Maharaj says to his classmates in the school, one must begin devotional life in childhood, beginning tender age, so it becomes easier to give them up. Becomes easier. Because the attachment and illusion of family life will not be so strong, will not become so strong if you are practiced devotional life from tender age. And if you are caught by family life, then it is easier to give it up if you practice devotional life from beginning. Thank you very much.